Hey guys, it's Dark Architect 18 back here with another YouTube video, and today we are doing the Henry the Fourth First Impressions video. So before I get into that, I just want to say I do ship reviews, dev strike videos, and much more. So before I start, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you like the content and video, hit that notification bell to stay notified of all my videos. And now it's time to get to it. So we're going to break down the commander, the inspirations, skills, the modifications, the stats, and then we're going to give our overall take and first impression on the Henry the Fourth. And also one other thing is we are on Riposte, so this is a pretty decent map overall, so it's going to be a pretty interesting battle. So our main commander, we have Azerlane St. Louis. So, with Azerlane St. Louis, we have inspirations of Francesco Membelli and Nikolai Kuznetsov. So, we have a range, reload, and consumable build, as well as reload added to that. And then for our skills, we have Beyond Range, Igniter, Velocious, Fully Packed, and another skill in the next row of skills. Aiming systems mod 1 is what we have for our first mod. Then for our next one, we have steering gears mod 2, concealment system mod 1, and main battery mod 3. So we got more steering, we have more aiming, concealment, and we have better reload. So we're just stacking it all up together to make our better reload, our better concealment, and all of that. So we're sitting at a pretty decent concealment, sitting at like 12.3 without firing. You're going to notice how it's going to go up for your concealment as you fire your main guns, so that'll go out to your firing range. So mine's like 18.5 or whatever, so keep that in mind, is that you got to be wary of when you're shooting, and when you do shoot, make sure you know why you're doing that. Because if you don't, you're just going to waste it, and you're going to get caught off guard, in this ship, and you don't want to do that. And really important to understand that concept. So we got the stats for the ship. We got a survivability of 70 out of 100, 53,300 HP, 6 to 220 millimeters of armor, 19% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery is 81 out of 100, so 3x3, 240 millimeter guns. So that equates to 9.44 inch main guns. So pretty decent. Heavy cruiser guns. They definitely do a lot for AP and HE. You're going to see me use both in this game a lot. And that's the thing with this ship, is that you got to really understand what you're going to use on a ship that's angled. Like in this case, you're probably going to use HE against this Conqueror way out there. But if you have like a Minotaur or another cruiser or something broadside, maybe a battleship's broadside, and you're trying to go for that superstructure, you're going to get maybe 10k or something, or 8k, or even a minimum of 6k. So you're going to start chunking them. But if it really comes down to how you think about it and why you're doing it. I always like to reason that out with doing that. So, anyways, I digress. So, we got 18.5 kilometer firing range, 10.8 second reload time. We have a 30.5 second 180 degree turn time. So, for the main guns. 3,400 max HE shell damage, 25% fire setting chance, and 6,200 max AP damage. And that's what I was saying with the 6,200. So it's really nice with these 9.44 inch guns. Secondaries, we got 6x2 127 millimeter guns, 5.2 kilometer firing range, 4 second reload time, 1,800 max HE shell damage, and 12% fire setting chance. So fire setting chance is there if you get in close, but I definitely do not recommend just going straight in with this ship just for its secondaries, based on like this build, for example, and trying to get, fires. that's not the way you're going to do it. You're going to do it by doing it from long range. So keep that in mind. Also, one other thing, one important reminder during this game is we actually were versing Goose and Sir Cat. They're both on the other team. So Goose is in the Minotaur and Sir Cat is in the Yamato. So this is actually pretty hilarious how this turns out. That they're both on the other team, and that I'm just trying to, take him out with myself and also Deathwalker. He is in the gearing. So a pretty good game is going to turn out. Torpedoes, we got 15 out of 100, 2x3, 550 millimeter torpedoes, 90-second reload time, 6-second 180-degree turn time, 14,833 maximum damage, 1.3 kilometer torp detectability range by sea, 9 kilometer torpedo range, and 60 knot torp speed. So the torps are slow. They go decent range. There are definitely cruisers that shoot further torps, like Japanese or, Italian. Italians shoot pretty far. They're really, really slow. They're like 50, 55 knots max. So really just got to think about that and how you're using it. AA defense, we got 85 out of 100, so 8x2 57 millimeter guns, 204 average damage per second, 4.5 kilometer firing range, 6x 227 millimeter guns, 94 average damage per second with a 5.2 kilometer firing range. Maneuverability is a 72 out of 100, 36.4 knot max speed, 840 meter turning circle radius, 9-second rudder shift time. So turning circle radius isn't great on the ship because it's such a large ship overall, and the rudder's, not agile, but it's okay. If this rudder was over, I'd say 10 seconds, then that would really be a problem. So yeah, it just comes down to how you want to play it, but I always look at the strengths of the ship, and it's more of a heavy cruiser than anything, so you want it to be able to turn decently, you want it to reload in a decent way, and you want it to really start packing a punch with its main guns if it can, with whether that's AP or HE or a combination of them, and it really comes down to thinking it out. What do I want from this ship? Okay, I want XYZ because XYZ will lead to, results of A, B, and C. So, it's that kind of mindset that you got to have. So, concealment, we have 56 out of 100, 12.3 kilometer detectability by sea, 7.7 kilometer detectability by air, 2 kilometer guaranteed detectability, and a 9.4 kilometer detectability while firing in smoke. So, it's got okay detectability. I would definitely put it below average, in terms of detectability for cruisers. Definitely want to get it better than 12 kilometer, 12.3. I'd say a good happy medium for cruisers or heavy cruisers is, I'd say, anywhere between like 9.5 and, I don't know, like 11, maybe 10.8. I think that's a pretty safe margin, but sometimes you can't get your cruiser down to that detectability, and you just got to deal with it. So that's just how it works. So, anyways, we started at the A cap, and we kind of, actually started at the B cap. We pushed our way towards the A cap. Helped the team out, pushed the enemies back from the A cap, and now they're retreating. So we took out Goose earlier. Up to 111,000 damage, and we are pushing the Circata back, or Sir Catastrophic. So, which is hilarious because, it's just funny. So, really good buddy of mine, and, it's not very often that I come into a battle with him and, just take him out, and, he's got so many people shooting at him. There's not much you can do regardless of how good you are sometimes, and that's just how it works. So it's sometimes really unfortunate, and sometimes it's really awesome. So you just it can be whatever side of, you know, how the coin lands, essentially. So we are going to push this Conqueror. We got HE loaded. We're going to try to load up these fires. We got a couple citadels. We have, I think it's 9 fires. Reload is right around 11 seconds. Yeah, so 10.8 seconds. So that's really, really good for this cruiser. Comparable cruisers at this tier, I mean, you know, Carnot, or not Carnot, but like Des Moines, or Amalfi, Minotaur. Minotaur is really fast reload, so I mean, I guess you can't really compare it, you know, because of just how fast it is. But the other ones you can. You just got to look at, you know, other comparable heavy cruisers and look at the reload and say, okay, if this is 10.8 and, you know, maybe the my Amalfi is like 13 seconds, well, in that case, mine's going to be better. So, I mean, it really depends on that build as well. You got to look at that build and this build and compare it and say, well, what am I trying to do with the French cruisers, heavy cruisers, and what am I trying to do with the Italian, you know, heavy cruisers? Both are very good as well, but they play different, and you got to keep that in mind. So that play style is going to really affect how you actually get your results from your ship, and it's going to impact how well you do in the battle. If you don't consider it, you know, at the beginning, you know, before you do anything else with the ship. So we got a Witherer, we got a high caliber, 156,000 damage. We are just completely taking it to them with this ship, and we've been pretty low on health. So I played this very, very well. So this was definitely a game, you know, I was just going through the motions of the game, not thinking about damage or anything else, but I'm thinking about how am I impacting my team, and how is this gonna, you know, produce the result of people saying, okay, well, Dark's playing like this, and if I can play like that kind of play style, or, you know, custom tailor it to what I want from this ship. You know, maybe you want a full concealment with some range, I don't know. But, you know, it just, you know, it works as to however you want to build it. But it might not always come out to what you think it is. So you got to be careful. So we survived that just barely. We are on a fire now, permanent. So we're going to try to get another fire on this Conqueror before we die. But we are toast. So take a look at the last shots right there. I'm going to just clip them. Not quite, but 166,000 damage, and the Henri IV, and a very good battle, up 600 points. They got both the caps. We pushed them back between B and C cap on this map, so really well done job by the team, and yeah, it was a really, really fun battle, and we did our job, and it ends, you know, nicely, so which is very nice. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it, and hit that notification bell to stay tuned in the next video. Also getting really, really, really close to 100,000 views on the channel, and we're making our way towards 1,200 subscribers. So you know, spread the word, and appreciate everyone for hitting that like button and subscribing, and for all the support on the channel. Almost 4 years on the channel, so really, really grateful for everyone, and I'm just really humble to you know, put out this content and have such an impact to the community, and looking forward to doing more of that and doing different types of videos for Warships Legends. 166,000 damage, 24, 34 XP. This is Dark Architect 18. I am out. Hope everyone has a good day, and thanks for tuning in to this video. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks. Peace. Bye.